Good morning, everybody. This is Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I have my, Liz Drake. If you haven't seen her channel, you should check her out. She was one of the first channels that really inspired me to, I guess, propel my journaling into different forms. I've journaled for years and years, and so that was nothing new, but Liz Drake had a certain style that really appealed to me, and so she's got a journal that she calls Big Fatty, and while I think it's okay to make my own, I probably don't want to use her name, Big Fatty, because she has the best one, and there's no way to duplicate what she has. So I'm going to call this Big D, and I'll tell you why. My first name is Sandra, and I was named after Sandra Dee by my dad. Now, my middle name is not Dee, it's Lynn. That was my mother's choice. But I've met other people my age who were also named Sandra for Sandra Dee, and we have to laugh about that because, I mean, hey, it's just one of those things. You know, I guess there could be a slew of girls named Miley or whatever, and it's a generational thing. At any rate, I have some packages that I've put together, and these are collage packs. I'm doing a festival this weekend. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to have a lot of handmade journals there, and I'm going to have glue books that I've made and, you know, put covers on, that sort of thing. I want to be able to offer packs as well at a really good price to people who want to just be able to go home and start right away. And I'm going to glue from one of my collage packs. Now, in the description box below, I'm going to leave my PayPal address and my email address. If you want to order one of these, I will be glad to send you one, so you can let me know if you want one. I'm not going to list this in my Etsy shop because I have too much going on right now, but I have a lot of these bags made up. They're all different. There are all sorts of themes, and there are all sorts of things in these bags. They are $10, and that includes shipping. I need to glue this morning. It helps me to just sit sometimes and do something like, I won't say it's really mindless, but I do think that gluing, it's just really therapeutic, and it is something that you can do without too much thought. When you have really pretty material and you have a place to put it down in a collage type fashion, it's like, how can you lose? I think everything just comes out really pretty. So I'm looking forward to the to this festival coming up. It's a DIY festival. I think I said festival. It's a DIY festival, so everything there is going to be, you know, things that people have made using just the principle of reuse and making things yourself. So I'm just, I think this needs to go. I'll just take the stamp for now and part of that vellum. That's really pretty. I used to do a lot more craft shows than I do now. My mother has a lot of things that she makes. She makes aprons and bonnets. She does a lot of old patterns, really authentic bonnets using old patterns. And she makes her dolls from carvings that she's done from wood. She makes really large, old-fashioned looking clothespins from wood, and she turns them into oversized clothespin dolls, and they are absolutely beautiful. So she and I used to meet every Saturday, actually, and sell at a farmer's market. And I wish I had a copy of it, but at one point, she and I were featured in the newspaper there locally as both being doll artists and kind of meeting in the middle and selling our items. Ooh, I like that on there. make like a little window. I gotta put this glue upside down. I like to keep it upside down so that it's always ready to use. Let me pull out my little container for this. Oh, wonderful. So that I can do that. Stand that right there. And let's put them in the window. And maybe we will put another drop of blue on top of that. Oh, I love my alcohol inks. I think I'm addicted to them. I cannot believe we're finished with the series, the Journal With Me with the quilt covered journals. Once I'm done with this DIY fest that's going on, I'm going to do another Journal With Me series. I just need to get my mind wrapped around what I want the theme to be, and temperateness, habitual moderation, sobriety in all things is a desirable characteristic. Well, why don't we just staple that right on here with these birds? I think birds are pretty sober in a way. They're also playful and fun, but if we only knew their mission day in and day out, I don't think they play as much as we think they do. That's pretty. Jay, I wonder if that piece came from you. I think there was some vellum in that package. Not yet. Ooh. Say yes to what you love. So delicious. Dairy-free. So let's put that on that page. And I'm going to have to do something to brighten that up. For sure. I think one thing that we could do is put a little face there. I love that stamp. It has become one of my favorites. And maybe put some color around the edge. I thought I would give myself about 30 minutes today to just glue and have fun and think about what I need to do today. I have to go to the craft store and get some things that I'm out of. And I also have to move some things around in my vehicle. But that might be able to wait until later in the week, actually. You know what? Don't hate me for using this. This is really old. But I scanned it. It's pretty much, it's going to be in this book. That's just all I can say. Oh, look on the other side. I have a lot more pages that need to be scanned. A lot more pages. There just are not enough hours in the day to get everything done. I think I sound a little bit raspy, and I did a lot of cleaning at work last week. I kind of think I overdid it, and some of it, I didn't mind doing any of it. Some of it wasn't my choice, though. Like, it's not that I just went in and said, oh, I'm going to just knock myself out cleaning for 3 days. We're moving a lot of stuff around, and so I kind of got caught up in making sure that things were getting put back. And who knows, it could be an allergic type thing. I think we might need a stamp on this page as well. I love being able to pull from a collage pack like this, where the pieces are already reasonable in size, and everything is either vintage or just fun. You know, it's kind of feels like you're going to like it for sure. No matter, ooh, what does that say? Skirts. Vicky Noble. All right, so I was going to make a little pocket and put, I think I need to leave that part showing. So the way I'm going to do that is to, well, it's kind of hard to slip something into a pocket when the back part is lower than the front, but we can fix that. Let me go ahead and put this down. And what I'll do is take just part of this. Let's see if that fits in there. Yeah, so let's go ahead and put glue on the back of this, and that'll be the inside of the pocket. You kind of have to be careful sliding it into place so that the glue is just completely underneath this, what you're sliding in, and that it doesn't get on top. That way you don't glue the envelope shut by accident. And sometimes what I do is stick something in there to keep my space. And I'll probably just come back through this book. Ooh, look, I had started to glue down some rose petals. Let's add a couple more. Right there. And so we need to do something to this whole entire page. The Chinese Zodiac. I think I'm the rabbit. Yeah, 1963. So I'm the rabbit. Let's see what my children are. Oh goodness. My oldest son is a dragon, and that's true. He's totally a dragon. Let's see. 1994. So I have one son who's a dog, loyal and honest. Yep, that's him. And where is, okay, 1991. That's my Joseph, elegant and creative, timid and prefer anonymity. That does sound like him. So I was thinking I had oh my gosh, 98, that would be my daughter, a tiger. Yeah, that's aggressive and courageous, candid and sensitive. That is totally her. I definitely have a dragon and a tiger. And then in the center of those two, I have a sheep and a dog. And believe me, people, not that I put stock in zodiacs. I don't look at this stuff every day. And if you do, that's fine. I don't even have time. But if you're talking about these personalities, that is totally what I have. I have two fiery children as bookends, the oldest and the youngest. And then the ones in the center were more laid back. They were easy in school, you know, gentle and kind of sensitive. While we're talking about sensitive, did you know there's a difference between being sensitive and touchy? A lot of people will, you know, they constantly have a problem. Their feelings are hurt, and they say it's because they're sensitive, but sometimes they're just touchy. I think being sensitive means that you have compassion and empathy. That to me is being sensitive. And you can be sensitive too, be easily hurt, but I don't think it means that you're always hurt for yourself. I think being sensitive means that you're hurt for everything that's wrong or an injustice. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I should have spread that glue around a little bit, but this is our fun book. And you know what? Should I do it? Yeah, let's do it. Let's wrinkle that page a little bit. And then I do want some blue ink. Looks like I didn't really get to these pages too much. And you know what? Why not? Let's put a big spot right there. Ooh, that was neat. It was like the design came through. Do you see it? It shows up for just a little bit and then it goes away. What is that? Maybe that's the fibers in the paper. It would be, oops, I think this bottle is leaking. I wonder if I did this immediately, if you could still see the pattern. Nope. This is a playbook for sure. This is just fun stuff. Okay, well that's interesting. Let's do this. That, Courtesy New York Graphic Society. Does that say the house? Wait, the House of Art? I've got to practice my guitar. I'm not doing enough of that. My schedule, I'm letting everything else become so busy and so full. So I'm just going to have to make sure that I fit it in. Jason has this wonderful saying on his refrigerator that says, "A year from now, what will you wish you had done today?" And I love that. If you want to do something, if you want to be proficient at something a year from now, today is when you should be working on it. And Jason also sent me an article last night to my email address about the snowball effect of practicing. So I just have to fit it in. In fact, maybe if I just tell myself right now that at a certain time today, I'm going to get my guitar and practice for an hour. What if I did that every day? So then at the end of the year, I would have 365 hours added to the 10,000 hours it takes to become an expert at something. Did you know that's what they say? That's how many hours it takes to become an expert. And it just happens. If you practice, it'll happen. It's like your brain figures out little by little what it's supposed to be doing. And you develop muscle memory for tiny little things at a time. And sometimes two of those tiny things end up making one big thing. And all of a sudden you have this huge leap in progress. So we might do something different with the color up there. Although I don't like to waste anything. So let's just get the rest of whatever's on this makeup sponge. Let's go ahead and wrinkle that some more. And glue her down, or him. Wait, I didn't really even look. Isn't this fun though, to have a collage pack where you can just, you could go out and get a composition book and totally turn it into a glue book. You can get one at the Dollar Tree. And then just glue. You can glue whatever you have. I think we can turn this like the journal thing. I know lately I've been kind of overwhelmed because I have too much. Look at this old shorthand page. Isn't that just so neat? I've been overwhelmed because I have too much in my craft room. And it's nice to have a lot to work with. when you first start doing something, one of the first things you have to do is get supplies. So I'm not knocking that. You do have to have some things, and sometimes you have something that's invaluable for when you need it, and the one time a year that you need it, it's totally worth having it. So you don't throw things like that out, but I'm to the point where I have like so much paper and fabric. I've done some cleaning out in the collage bags. That helps. I've been going through and pulling out the best of the best and putting all of that stuff into collage bags. And I've been trying to recycle things that are torn or ripped, or just use it somehow, either to make a background or build a base. But we get to the point where we can't even use what we have. It would take longer. It would take more time to use up what we have than the time we have, and then that's not productive. So just be sure and recycle everything appropriately. That's what, as long as I'm separating things where they need to go and doing that the right way, I don't feel bad about cleaning out. As long as I'm donating what I need to donate and recycling what I need to recycle. That's the best that I can do. I love working at a place where we don't throw out everything. We take a lot of donations. We take a lot of things that other places won't take because we know that artists will use it for raw material. So I love this stamp. Let's put that right there. And I think I want to, I don't know, sometimes just stark white. I love stark white paper. Paper is my job. That's what I do at the Scrap Exchange. That's my section. That's my responsibility, is to keep the paper straightened out. So I love stark white paper, but in something like this, it just seems like it clashes with the really old. I feel like, and you know what, if you get things wet like this, all it does is wrinkle the paper, which also makes everything look old. And let's see how dry this flower stamp is. Sometimes it's pretty to like just go over that once it's dry a little bit. Sometimes it depends on the paper too, how quickly the paper soaks up the ink. All these little spots will go away. That's just where the water is in the paper. I think it'll be really pretty after it dries. So let's take, I'm going to figure out, and I love, okay, so let's talk about putting color on pages. I love acrylic paint. And it dries fast. That's one of the reasons that I love it. But it doesn't dry instantly. So working in a book like this, it's really nice to have things that dry almost instantly, like these gelatos. I won't be without these either. In fact, I'm going to buy some new colors. And that's so pretty. You can spread it out across the page. Let's see, that's just another blue. I need more spray inks as well. Let's see what I have left here. And look, I love this. Alejandrina sent me that envelope maker, and I use it a lot. I use it, it also punches, it punches holes in the corner. Oh, you know what? I see something that I might want to use. I mean, punches holes, not punches, it rounds corners. It doesn't take much for me to totally just wander off topic and not really know what I'm saying. My sister told me this morning that she thinks my mind is like too full, but in a good way. Like, it's one of the reasons I have to stay so busy. And there have been times that I've been talking to my daughter and she'll say, "Mama, do you know what you just said?" And I'll say, "Don't tell me, I don't want to know." I guess because I'm thinking one thing and saying something else. So these were pieces of paper towel that I used to soak up ink when I sprayed something and then blotted up the excess. I might be out of staples. Yeah, that was the last one. It's funny how they do that when you get down to just one or two. So let's take that out and get some staples. Where are my staples? Here they are. Let's get blue ones. Oh, there we go. But I decided to keep all that, all of these paper towels because they had soaked up all that beautiful ink, and I felt like I would use them at some point. So let's do that. We'll use those to make tabs, and I'm going to keep I need more spray ink for sure. That's kind of a, I wonder if we just brush that. Some things brush nicely and some things don't. Let's cover that up. I don't care for those brush streaks. But what happens if we do that? Okay, yeah, whatever. Where are my scissors? I mean, how can scissors just disappear like that? What did I do with them? Oh. Look at this. I love that flower. I love this whole thing. This is amazing. So let's just cut around this on one side. Like go straight up right here. But we need to round that a little more. And that primitive look, it seems like it would be so simple to do a painting like that, but it's not. It's kind of, is that called one-dimensional, or wait. Anyway, I like this a lot. 1730. Susanna, I'm not sure how to say that. Traux. So let's see if that works. Yeah, that's good. But let's put a bright color behind her. I think she needs some really bright green in her life. Or yellow. Believe it or not, I think this is going to pick up that color in her dress. They're different colors, and yet I love the way color works like that. Oh yeah, this is more yellow. This is like a highlighter almost. Let's see if that is enough. Let's bring that on down and put some glue on that. Sorry about the noise. I don't want to stop. I could sit here all day and do this. I need to be thinking about everything I have to get done. I have to go to the post office. I have to go to Michael's and AC Moore. And I need to go by the Dollar Tree. And what else do I have to do? I probably should do at least a little bit to start cleaning up my vehicle because it's going to be packed Saturday morning full of everything for the art festival. And I'll probably need to And this is one of the weeks where I help with my grandchildren in the morning. So my little granddaughter thinks she's helping me with the CDs. She likes to take the CDs out of the containers, and I need to move them where she can't see them. You know, of course, that I let her do it. So it's so funny. I probably would never have let my children do it. I probably never ever would have let my children take CDs out of the cases and look at the images on them, and I would have been completely focused on ruining the CDs, and maybe I should be now, but she's only 3 and she's so enchanted with the images and the words. Now, I'm not sure about the colors here, but we can get our bright yellow again, and let's go all around the edge. Get my brush again. Get all the gesso out. So I think that color ties everything together. That color really ties everything together. And maybe we have something in here that would help even more. We've already used those, so I don't want to automatically go back to that. Oh, you know what I noticed? So these 2 little papers just ended up next to each other by chance. And I thought, you know what, that would be the perfect size wings to go behind this little lady in this picture. I think I scanned that. That was something I had printed and then didn't use. So it ended up in my paper, and the original photograph is either somewhere in here or it got sent out in an ephemera pack. So we've got those cut out, so let's cut her out real quickly. Or if we could stand her right at the bottom. I think we can. I like her down there in the corner. So first let's put the wings on her so we get everything in the right place. And then let's put plenty of this on the back. I might let the wings stand up. Oh, thank you. There we go. Love that. And we might still come across something to go on that page. In fact, let me look for just a second, because I don't want to, I think this might stick to that. If it's just colors and things like that, I don't mind closing pages together, but I don't want to. I don't want to have the pages stick to each other. It took me long enough to get that out. Ooh, I like that there. I like that there. Okay. This is helping me. I know it probably doesn't seem like it could, but I'm thinking about everything I need to do, and I've got to wrap this up soon. I don't know what I did with my blue gelato. It's kind of been missing in action for a few days. I'm afraid it rolled onto the floor and maybe under my... It would be funny if you can see it from above and I can't see it from where I am. But maybe, I don't know whether to go... What does that look like? Or not? I don't really want to use purple. At least I don't think I do. Maybe I do. Let's just see what happens. Stay down. And then let's get the brush. And let's just... What is this? This has got writing on it, but I like... Mossy Gate left a brown mother lizard and her little lizards ate. So, see those are sticking together a little bit. I don't want to cover anything up. I always have to be careful that, like if you staple from one side, be sure and look at the other side. So I think instead of stapling this, I'm going to glue it this time. Just because I want to. And because I can. Because this is my glue book. This is Big DEE. Big DEE. I think most of my viewers probably know who Sandra Dee was. Yeah, so we'll do that like that. I wonder if I should have pulled that back a tiny bit. I think we still can. I think I left it out too far and that tab might end up getting torn off. Yay. Alright, you know what? I'm going to stop. I'm going to leave this right here to completely dry. And I'm going to start doing things that I should be working on. But not before I say boop. Alright. And maybe I'll also do this. Boop. Let's see what happens. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back soon with a new journal. Bye for now.